Sometimes life pushes you so far that giving up feels easier than holding on. But what if the moment you choose to give up is the moment right before everything changes? This is the story of a man who almost lost everything until hope brought him back. Ethan was a simple man, 32 years old, working a regular job and quietly trying to build a better life. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he had dreams. Dreams of starting his own business, dreams of giving his parents the life they never had. For years, he worked late nights, saving every bit he could. He studied business books, watched tutorials, and told himself, "One day, I'll make it." And finally, that day came. Ethan quit his job, took all his savings, and started a small online store. He was scared but excited. For the first time, he felt free, like he was finally building something of his own. But dreams don't always go as planned. In the first few months, things went well. A few orders here, a few there. He told himself, it's just the beginning, it'll grow. But then, sales started to drop. Slowly at first, then completely. No customers, no revenue, no hope. Ethan tried everything. New ads, new designs, new marketing, but nothing worked. His savings started disappearing. Bills piled up, and soon, even his rent became hard to pay. One night, Ethan sat alone in his small apartment, staring at his laptop screen. The same screen that once gave him hope. Now it only showed failure. He whispered to himself, maybe I'm just not meant for this. Maybe I should stop. Days turned into weeks. Ethan stopped answering messages, stopped meeting friends. Even his parents started to worry. He avoided their calls because he didn't want them to see his disappointment. Then one evening, while cleaning his room, he found an old notebook. It was from the time when he first started dreaming about his business. On the very first page, he had written something, a small line that made him stop and stare. It said, "Remember why you started and never lose hope." Those 4 words hit him hard, because in that moment, he realized something. He hadn't failed because his idea was bad. He had failed because he had stopped believing. That night, Ethan made a choice. He said to himself, if I fail again, I'll fail trying, not quitting. He went back to work, but this time he changed his approach. He stopped trying to do everything alone. He started asking for help, joined online communities, talked to people who were already doing well. He listened, learned, and adapted. And slowly, things began to move. His website looked better, his marketing improved, and soon a few small orders started to come in again. It wasn't much, but it was a start. Then one day, out of nowhere, something unexpected happened. A customer posted about his product on social media, a simple review with pictures. That one post went viral. In just a few days, Ethan's store received more orders than it had in the last 6 months combined. He couldn't believe it. Every time he refreshed his page, more orders appeared. He stayed up all night, packing boxes, printing labels, smiling through tears. Because this time, the tears weren't from pain, they were from hope. Months later, Ethan's small business had grown into something real. He hired a few people, moved into a tiny office, and even managed to pay off his debts. One afternoon, while talking to a friend, he said something that stuck with me. He said, I was just one night away from quitting. One more day of hopelessness, and I would have given up everything I'd worked for. But I didn't, and that made all the difference. Sometimes life will test you. It'll break you down and whisper, "You can't do this." And in those moments, quitting will feel like the easiest thing in the world. But remember this, the darkest nights often come right before the sunrise. Maybe you're in your dark night right now. Maybe things haven't worked out like you planned. Maybe you've tried and failed and tried again. But hear this, you're not finished yet. Hope is not a feeling, it's a decision. A quiet choice to keep walking when everything tells you to stop. Because every success story, every comeback started with someone who refused to give up. So whatever you're facing today, don't quit yet. Hold on a little longer. Keep believing, because maybe, just maybe, your miracle is one step away.
Ethan's story isn't about luck. It's about faith. Faith in effort. Faith in timing. Faith in the idea that things can still get better. So next time life feels heavy, whisper to yourself, this is not the end. It's just a test. And no matter how hard it gets, never lose hope.